You can tune down and I'll turn it
And I don't know why. There you go.
Okay, well, this is the time to change duties, this meeting, so, you know, you can maybe switch your duties, John. All right, folks, we are coming to
Yeah,
order.
we're on another
It's on
topic, sorry.
well, it's 3 o'clock, and
Sorry.
I'd like to be prompt,
We are.
so,
Trying to. We came
trying to be
order.
prompt, that's correct, I just
If
looked.
Sue and Anita would
It's
shut up.
3:01, so, welcome all of our viewers, welcome, friends. It's so nice to have reliability with somebody being here from the Friends, it really is.
It is.
So it's good, we need to be communicating. And I don't know if I'm gonna get to your meeting, is there a meeting this month, you people? Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm gonna, I have a
At
lot of
1?
appointments. I don't know if
I
I'm
can
gonna
go
make it.
tomorrow at 1.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, and Anita will cover that. So, all right. We have a quorum because everyone's here, and it's good to see everybody. The last time we were here, we were eagerly waiting for the 16th, I think.
We were.
So, how does everybody feel now?
Whoa.
It's freezing over there.
It's always something.
Right underneath the bench.
I've been there 3 times, and all 3 times I've been frozen to death.
Wear your sweater.
400 people in there,
I
like
wore a jacket. I thought that would do it.
refreshing.
Yeah, it is,
We're working on it. We're working on it. Not all of the thermostats are talking to the system like they should be.
Oh, is that-
Oh.
I knew there was something.
Yeah. The facilities director was in the building today troubleshooting it. We have to call the, what's it called?
The people.
Electrician.
Yes.
oh,
It's always, you know.
it's always a process, and it is gonna be, and we know that, and it's, we have to try to get the word out to everybody.
Let's talk about all the positives.
Oh, we'd love it.
Many positives.
Oh, there are many, 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 but and you're right, though, I know, I got up, and one of the things I went and found Liz so she could come in and adjust the thermostat, because everybody was freezing in that program.
I was sitting like this.
I have a question for Liz. Can I
Shoot,
ask
you
her?
may ask for now.
Can anybody come in there? I mean, like, my son and my daughter-in-law come into the building and use it? Or is it just for seniors?
So if you are under 60, you can come in for outreach purposes, information, referrals, things like that. Our programs are geared to over 60, so if you're coming for a program, you should be over 60.
Okay.
But we don't have a policy in writing, and I'm not gonna turn somebody away at this point without a policy in writing.
Well, I'm
Does that
gonna
answer
bring him in
questions
and
so
show
far?
him the building.
Oh, yeah,
Because my
absolutely.
mom has a plate up there.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
you know,
Oh,
they
yeah.
want to explore the building.
For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
But I do know if they could, like, he could play pool or bocce or anything like that.
I said anyone can use the bocce court right now, that is open. Pool is pretty busy,
Yes.
so, we're looking at potentially having scheduled time slots. So we'll
Wow,
see.
already.
Yes.
Well, every time I've been in there, there's been at least 4 people playing.
Yeah.
Both of the tables are full
Mhm.
every time I'm in there.
Yeah.
So,
We do have a gentleman who's coming in who's under 60 and he's playing pool and he's hanging out with the guys over 60 and it's working right now. So I say as long as there's availability, why not? But we'll have to monitor it and go.
Okay, thank you.
now, are you doing the other program? Are you doing sign up for cribbage, or is that for drop-in right now?
That's drop-in stuff.
So anybody can come?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the question I was asked.
I think obviously, if you think about it, it's gonna take time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but the building is the center on Shattuck Street, named that for a reason. And, you know, but it's gonna take quite a bit of time to get it organized to make sure that the seniors' needs are being met and that's under control.
Mhm.
And then move forward to try to find ways to, you know, expand it, but keep it organized. And that's gonna take time.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have to preach that to people. I think people need to hear that. This is gonna take time, folks, but it doesn't, because people have asked me that.
Mhm.
Can I come in if I'm 55? You know, or whatever. So we don't wanna say no, because that's not true necessarily down the road, you know, but right now, it's
We
still
want
in
the seniors
transition.
to have the advantage.
Yeah, and it is really, the home, the only place the seniors' needs are met, really, in town. So that's what one way of explaining it, but encouraging people to be optimistic and don't take the wrong message, you know, that, no, you can't come in the building.
No.
So,
Balanced inclusivity.
that's a good way of
Yeah.
describing it.
We're working on it.
Yes. Okay. All right, so let's move back, and I'm gonna check the agenda as I always do to make sure I don't mess up. We don't have anyone absent, we have quorum, we have Liz present, and today, we're a little bit short on staff right now, so she's going to be speaking for the whole department. And it is an open meeting, and it's a recorded meeting. And also, if all those plans, just for the public, if who is ever watching, next month, we should be, over in the, if they wanna come to the meeting, it should be in our new building. Tonight, there is a big select board meeting with everybody. 25 people are in this, on boards, have to participate in this meeting. And they need a big space to fit 25 on the cameras.
Yeah, we saw Diane Crory setting up.
So it's, and they're trying to get LCTV up and running for tonight, and so next month, but we should be over there ourselves,
Okay.
just so you know.
Will we meet in the staff room or in the multipurpose room when we meet?
Haven't quite decided yet.
March can.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
It'll get figured out by then, before the meeting.
Okay.
Okay, other announcements from the staff?
I have an announcement.
Yes.
I saw Ray from Donlands on Saturday, and he came and told me that on June 18th and June 25th, all seniors will get 10% off of their groceries.
Oh,
There'll be a sign on the doors, and they're just working it out to see if it's gonna be good, and then they're gonna talk to Liz about making it permanent, 1 day a week.
Oh,
wow. Wow.
But he
isn't that
wanted
nice?
everybody to know, because we couldn't get it into the broadcaster for, you know,
The dates.
the 18th and the 25th.
It's Wednesdays. correct?
Wednesdays, yes.
yeah.
Wow, nice, isn't that?
10%.
10%.
Yeah,
Every little bit helps, folks.
that's
Yeah,
right.
well, we go.
And he's really, both of them, him and Larry, are really into helping the seniors and doing whatever they can to help Liz and the building. And so anybody that can go and, you know, use that time frame would be great. Show them that we're all interested in
Well, pass the word.
making it get
Help
better.
get the word out to your neighbors and anybody that, you know, is a senior especially.
The
Terrific.
only
Yeah.
announcement I have is, there are 2 little food pantries available, one in front of the Baptist church and one outside here. So if you have anything you'd like to deliver, the food pantries would love to have them, because people are definitely in need of good nourishing food. No
We're in need of-
produce, no meat, strictly non-perishable.
Right.
We're in need of canned goods for ours. If anyone would like to do it, then we can bring it to the front desk. We'll send our check.
Oh, okay. We should get that in the broadcast as well. Is that in the broadcast? It is.
No, it's not yet.
No,
This is our first month we've actually.
Needed things.
Needed.
Okay.
Canned goods.
Yeah. Other announcements? Nope. Okay. Moving on then, to accept the minutes of the May 12th meeting, which you have in your packet.
I vote to accept the minutes as read.
I'll second that.
Marilyn has made a motion to accept the minutes. Anita seconded it. Is there any further discussion about the minutes? None? Hearing none? All those in favor of accepting the minutes? Anyone opposed?
I abstain, that wasn't him.
We have one person abstaining, Joe. Thank you very much, Joe. Otherwise, it is a almost unanimous vote. Thank you, Joe. So, it's hard to know if you weren't there, you know, what's going on. You're right. So, thank you. And thank you, Sue. for all the work you do.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
it's not easy, so. Okay. Friends report. You want to come up to the microphone so that people can hear you if somebody chooses to watch? You might have to bend it down. It looks like it's poked at a high angle there.
Parked up there.
Yeah.
Very tough person.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Look at her with her phone. She's so progressive.
Okay, the Friends will not be meeting in July and August.
Okay.
Okay, so Sandra sent me this report. The planters in the back of the senior center were mostly planted last Tuesday, as it advertised in the June broadcaster. Additional plants are being added as we speak. If you are interested in helping maintain the gardens over the summer and early fall, you can find us there on Mondays at 2:30 or contact Sandra at 978-501-4069.
Nice.
And that's our Friends report.
Well, that's a good report, though. And you need to take time off, I think, take a
Yes.
break from things.
Yes.
Healthy to do that. So, thank you all, friends. Please tell them all tomorrow at your meeting. I won't be there, but thank you.
Well, I need
Send our
to do
thanks.
that.
Yep, to everybody. So, all right. Director's report, and we do not have an outreach report today, right? Am I correct? Just because there's a lot going on right now, and they'll catch us up. If something is important enough, they'll let us know. So, don't feel that they're not keeping up with us. So. And Liz will catch us up to all of the big, exciting things. And did we ever get a total count of how many people were here that May 16th?
Over 400
It's just amazing to me.
on our grand opening.
Yes.
We started with 100 chairs under the tent,
Uh-huh.
and then we brought out like 300 more 200 more from the multi-purpose room, and then there was standing room. And then there was a second wave of people who came through.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was amazing.
Very, very busy.
Yes.
Far surpassed anything I could have
Imagine.
imagined or dreamed or
Ooh,
something
no,
else.
just this kind of a wonderful example of what can happen. Yeah.
I'm still, I look at the pictures and I'm like, wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. When you see that picture of everybody
Yep.
Yeah,
under the
camera.
tent and then behind it.
Behind it, oh, yeah, it's so, and then I can remember visualize seeing everybody just pouring down,
the
hill.
down the hill.
Down the hill.
It just, it was an image,
oh,
such an image.
And people were still coming after 4 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah.
Parking and coming in because they couldn't park earlier, so they came after the cars had left, and we had like this whole second wave of.
I think we set some kind of record for the town.
So.
But anyway.
Speaking of records.
Oh, another record broken?
Let's see, here's our statistics, May, 1,980 sign-ins. And I just wanted to highlight right now in June, our 5 or 6 days of being open so far, we're already at 1,280 sign-ins.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
It is,
It's capturing.
How many
It's like
now? We're at
triple-
what already?
It's like triple.
1,200.
1,200.
Yeah.
12:08 as of when I ran this report 3 hours ago. So I don't think that captures the 46 people in the music program right now, or the pool drop-ins that are coming in as I was leaving. It is intense. It is awesome. You walk in at any given time and there's people playing pool, there's people sitting in the different areas drinking their coffee, or
Having a coffee.
people are bringing in cheese and crackers and sitting in different areas and chatting and like having their own little.
That coffee,
I love it.
I think they love that coffee availability.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
been
And it's
huge,
yummy.
huge.
Yummy
Yeah, and
stuff.
if that becomes a financial problem, no, we have to figure out a way to manage it, but I'm sure we will.
So I just put up a sign last week for $2 per cup for the espresso drinks.
Mhm.
Regular black coffee, cream sugar in the kitchen is still free as always, but if you want a fancy espresso drink, we're requesting a $2.
Mhm.
Well, you have to.
donation.
Yeah,
You have
we gotta
to.
keep it
Yeah,
Stay
coffee's
home.
not cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the
but it is
fancy
good.
ones are, yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, so we are woefully understaffed for the volume.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Gee, because you guys are running back and forth and sprinting from this to there to that.
Now that you have such a
It's
big
like-
building to really navigate in.
We're all getting 10,000 plus steps a day. So if things are taking longer or it's taking a little while for people to get back to you, please be patient with us. It's a lot. And we're finding new things that we have to have policies for, like every day. So we've learned that there is a no smoking policy on town properties. So no smoking, don't even go open the front door and on the patio, please no smoking. Guns are not allowed
Oh,
inside
God.
of our building.
Oh, God.
We had to check with town council on that, but we are a restricted municipal building that falls under Mass General Law, so please leave your weapons at home. Even if you have a concealed carry, please don't bring them to the building. So yeah, we're finding lots of stuff that we didn't know we would have to pre-plan for, but here we are. So please be patient with us as we work it out.
Wow.
And it's not gonna be fixed in 2 weeks. It's
No.
gonna take time.
It's gonna take time. It's gonna take some time. And we definitely understand that all of our fitness classes have filled up to the max. We've added more Tai Chi classes, more chair yoga classes, and I understand those are pretty much filled up too. So if you are not getting into your favorite classes, we apologize. We're trying to add more. I guess it's a great problem to have that
Yeah.
we're having so much participation, but definitely things have changed and things are changing, and I think it's hard for some people who have done things a long time here with us, and now it feels totally different. We sympathize with that. It's a big change.
What I noticed was how on June 2nd, we could sign up for things. When we called on June 2nd, they were
Yes.
full. So if you didn't call early in the morning, you weren't getting in.
Listen, I just
And
signed,
I was shocked that my craft class filled up so fast. And I went to Sumton last week, and I had 4 people say, well, can I come? And I said, well, I only have supplies for X, so no, you can't. So that's a big change.
it is.
More and more people are.
And you know, I was
And
tied
there's
up with
people
so many
from-
things. I never had time because of my personal life and everything that was going on to try to sign up until today. And so I came in, I was returning a wheelchair I had borrowed last weekend. And I had her sign me up, but just for the things like, you know, stretch and flex that I was on the list anyway, so I knew that probably I was safe there. But other things, and I didn't even try to do the other programs because I heard how they were all free.
Well,
Pretty much.
Cribbage started Wednesday, and there were 2 guys from Maynard there.
Amazing how the word is out.
It's crazy how fast it's filling up.
Are we doing, if something is full, what about the non-residents? Are they after everything? So if someone calls in and they might be the 4th person in the morning, and they register, and it gets all full with just Littleton people, does that person that registered from out of town get bumped?
So that is our
How are you gonna
policy,
do
that we
this?
do have preference to Littleton residents. But while we have so many volunteers helping us answer the phones, it's hard for them to track who's, and then we have to go backwards and say, sorry, we registered you, and now you're bumped, so bear with us as we, again, sorry. I have to keep
It's a
saying
wrinkle,
that,
it's a
but
wrinkle.
We're working on it.
That's what I was just curious
Yeah.
about. It was just I was thinking of something, well, I won't say anymore.
Yeah, no,
Well,
please don't.
Little-
I didn't.
Littleton residents should have preference.
Well, yeah.
And then, but it is hard to, manage
That's
it,
why
manage
don't
it.
wanna turn anybody away.
Are you gonna bump someone that you've already registered,
Yeah, it's on our list of policies that we're
Yeah.
creating, like, we're creating a refund policy too for people who decide they don't wanna take a class or took one and don't wanna come back, or sign up for something and then say, I can only make 2 of the 4 sessions, can you prorate it? So that's also another policy we're working on. So it's in the works. Little Jean's smiling, she's been through it before. Yeah. We have drafts of all these things, and we're meeting, trying to imagine all the different scenarios that we could possibly run into.
I don't think you can probably imagine them all.
No, but it helps looking at other senior centers'
Yes.
policies and saying, oh, I didn't know this would ever come up, and they have to have a policy for it, so, working on it. Okay, so next on my list, I got a call from AARP, from their director of policy, and we had a representative from AARP at our grand opening. He was the Dementia Friendly Massachusetts representative. He saw our Safe Return program flyer, brought it back to his leadership team at AARP, so they called, and they were very interested in the program. They want to highlight us during their November Caregiver Month special, so I sent them the highlights video that Anita and Sue filmed with Officer Abu and myself on highlights and all the information on the program, so stay tuned. We might have a little national spotlight coming up. I'll let you know if it actually comes to fruition, but I thought that was pretty neat.
That'd be nice if we could bring that up to the selectmen and say, see what Liz
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
With her other programs she's got going with.
Because she has no
Officer.
time.
No. That's in her spare time. She just
Oh,
doesn't.
she has nothing to do, so she has.
She keeps looking for stuff.
Yes. Let's see, what else on the list? We received an $8,000 donation from the Cooper Foundation, and that was for our Energy Assistance Fund, so that's the fund we use for fuel assistance and energy bills to help residents in need. So that was very generous of them. And then we also received $2,500 from the Morrison Foundation, and that was unassigned, so I put that towards TREAD. I thought that would be a good use of that $2,500. So thank you to both of those foundations. And then last on my list is thanking you all again for that beautiful flower bouquet that you sent in honor of my mother-in-law's passing. So thank you for that. It was really, really special. Came home and I saw that, and at first I was confused because they spelled Jean the male way somehow.
Oh.
I don't know how. I was like, who's
The G.
I didn't know that they did that either.
Yeah, no, it's okay. But that was absolutely beautiful, and thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It was our pleasure,
Yes.
for sure.
For certain.
Any questions for Liz?
No.
It's overwhelming.
And
Quite
it's
frankly.
beautiful, and it's exciting still.
It is
Oh,
exciting.
God, yeah.
It's gonna be
So
exciting
exciting.
for quite a while, I think. Yeah.
Every time you walk in there, you get a big energy
Yep.
boost. It's just,
Yep.
everybody wants to be there and doing
Yeah.
all kinds of things.
But it's true, you do take that step from small, very small town to now you're almost urban, because you're serving a so wider public.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We want to be that community resource, and we don't want to turn anyone away. But we're gonna make it work with policies and some trial and error, and rely heavily on Sam for his policies too over at the library, and talking to Park and Rec and seeing what they have for policies for different things. But yeah, it's different. Wow.
I'm sure it is. It can't possibly be what you experienced here.
No.
When you think about it, I hadn't thought about it
That's
personally,
right. Yes.
but.
Not just the physical, but
Right, but just the physical too, because as she said, how many steps they're taking every day nowadays, you know.
We still have a lot of stuff and half our files still upstairs, so we haven't fully moved. We still go into rooms and take stuff. It's all eventually gonna be moved over.
is there anything we can do?
That's on our list
Yeah,
of things too.
we don't have assigned places for things yet, so that's why it's kind of hanging
It's
out
nice that
upstairs.
you're so close, because Park and Rec is.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, hiring movers,
Yeah, they're having a harder time moving.
Oh, it's awful, because they're trying to get their programs off
At the same time, right?
this morning. at 9 o'clock, there were several families in wanting to pay for Camp T and this and that. And there was one computer working, and that was it.
Yeah. There's, Littleton is,
It was a bad
this,
time for
yeah, this
Park and Rec.
town is, for the services it provides to the community are incredible.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
Are you finding it hard, you have 2 floors to be open to the public with? Are you finding it hard for safety and purposes to have a staff on the top floor and the bottom floor?
So far it's working out. It's working out okay. We'll see. I mean,
Is that patio open to the public when you're open? Can anybody walk through that way and come in?
there is one door up there that is unlocked to the public from 9 to 3:30. So after we open in the morning, and it shuts off half hour before we close. So at the very end of the day, someone can't sneak in because we do like a walkthrough closing kind of checklist of the building before we leave. But yes, we have had people come in and be confused about
Yeah.
where they are, and
Have the teens come in yet?
no,
No?
no.
Good teens, I'm surprised.
Actually, no, I take that back. Some ran through, I think they use it as a cut through.
Mhm.
They're not staying, they're not, they're being respectful. I think it only happened once or twice.
Yeah, all right.
They don't wanna hang out with the seniors anyway.
Well,
It's quite full. We're so
I
fine.
upgrade that coffee machine.
That's true too.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
well, if they wanna pay the fee, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
More people that pay, the better it makes it for us.
Pay the machine off.
I was amazed at how much it cost that first 3
Right,
weeks.
I
That
know,
was
that was
very-
a huge
That was
amount.
crazy.
That,
But I think the grand opening, we put that thing to work.
Right.
Oh, yes.
People were there,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
found the hot chocolate.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and we have not, had to refill it so much as that first
That's good.
week, so.
'Cause I've seen,
Our
I know,
supplies are lasting longer now.
I know of 1 or 2 people that I've seen come in, grab a coffee and leave with it in their hand.
Mhm.
So they know they were getting it free,
Mhm.
so.
Fair
That's-
is fair.
Fair is,
Fair is fair, you know.
yeah.
But Go to
That should-
Starbucks or to Dunkin'.
Right, right, yeah.
At your weekly department head meetings,
Mhm.
you're making everyone aware of how busy you are over there.
Mhm.
Good.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, did that this morning. And, you know,
Okay. Do we have a
Powers to
motion?
be need to know.
Yeah.
They know.
Do we have a motion to accept the director's report?
I'll move that we accept the director's report as read.
Yes.
Carolyn moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mary. We have a motion on the floor. So, moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Questions for Liz? Nope. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? Okay, unanimous vote. Thank
Yes.
you. Like that. As I already said, there's no outreach report this month, but that's okay, we'll get caught up on that. They're pretty busy, I'm sure.
Oh my
Now,
gosh.
this is only added to their workload because more people are aware of their
Right.
existence, I think. So we have no old business that we could think of when we were meeting to set this agenda, but we have some new business.
Okay.
And this was just referenced a few minutes ago about our board assistance with adjusting to life in the center, the new center, and how can we help Liz.
Yes.
And I think we all know that if she needs help, she'll reach out to the chair or the vice chair and let them know, and they'll get in touch with the rest of the board, so that she can have the help that she needs. And she knows the kind of help I think that she can count on us for.
Right.
But is there anything else you want to add to that whole concept, or questions you might have for her? Just to make sure we're communicating.
I talked to George about the closet that we're working on, and he said he would take care of everything that's up there, not to worry. And then we're gonna go up with the roll-arounds, and we'll get the stuff that belongs over there, and get it over there. So we'll take care of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
The
He's been
three of
down
us.
at,
What?
he's been down at King Street this morning because the school department's been down there as
Well,
well.
I bet he was.
Yeah.
Very busy.
Yeah, I went by there and you could see all the trucks.
We've had a lot of buildings to take care of, that man.
Oh.
That
Yeah.
one is, he said he would not be taking care of that one Eric would be taking care of.
Oh, good.
That's good. Poor George. If he
Poor
had.
George, I know.
Can only spread them just so thin.
He's a very hard, good worker.
He is.
He is
Mhm.
just very personable too.
Oh, George
You
is
know,
great.
so easy to work with.
Oh, easy.
Do you know if there is room in dustpan anywhere in the building, like for craft class?
Just ordered 3. They'll be here on Thursday.
Okay. We don't need it for Wednesday, but it would have been good to have it for that garden thing that was there Friday.
Yeah, we have the tall broom with the tall stick.
Okay. And that'll stay in
That's
that room?
That one is downstairs on the janitor cart, but I ordered the small ones for the different rooms and the medical room
Okay.
to live there.
To live there.
Little hand vacuum cleaner, little assistant.
Not yet.
We have a couple of those at the library.
Yeah.
They're great.
We have one we left upstairs here that hasn't traveled over yet. Paper towel holders, ordered those. All random things.
The little things you don't think of ahead of time.
Okay. And if you have questions, I'm sure, always forward them, or you hear things like, I was just thinking about the suggestion box, I didn't notice, is that gonna happen, or has it happened?
It's in Megan's office right now. It'll come out.
We, Anita and I, when we met to set the agenda, both Anita and I had received feedback from people about, the people that were upset with, this or that or whatever. And the best way we thought, and somebody actually made this suggestion at the Juliet Club breakfast a week or so ago, that we have a suggestion box at the front desk so that people could write their suggestions down instead of,
Or their comments.
and just griping and complaining. So encourage that if you would. They're getting it ready, and that's going to be happening. So encourage people to please write your suggestions down and make them, and it's helpful.
Yes.
It can be very helpful. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Or if you have a concern or complaint, just tell a staff member. You don't need to
yeah.
tell everyone in the world except a staff member, because we can't fix it unless we know about it.
Right.
So if there's no sugar or no Kleenex, you gotta let us know.
And it's like, and people are, it's a huge change because you just can't walk up to a staff person's door and knock on it now. And that has been hard. We've heard
Yeah,
people
people are
complaining
complaining
about,
about that, too.
or they're isolating themselves in there, but they're not really.
They're
I see
working.
them out all the time, all over the building.
Yes.
And they're working.
And they're working, so, and to help people understand that if you hear somebody make those comments, because it's new. But you had to have some way of controlling the privacy for outreach people and appointments and et cetera, et
Yes,
cetera.
for
And people
sure.
don't stop to think about that.
Human nature being
As a
what it
board,
is.
if you come across any of those comments, reinforce the positives, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else under that? I think you're good to go as far as, we know Liz will reach out to us anytime during the month if you need us.
I'm gonna go if you're done with the prints. I have another
Well,
appointment.
we're not done with you, but I don't like that phrase. It sounds so final.
We're gonna keep you around, so
Yes.
there.
Okay.
But have a
I'll
good,
come back next month.
and have,
You won't have me.
well, we're gonna be
next month.
discussing that. I don't know if the board is going to be meeting in July. Oftentimes, the board does not meet in July, so that's on our agenda.
Okay.
So I can't answer that question.
I'll
right
tell
now.
you tomorrow what we decided.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you
All right.
so much for your help, and have a good 2 months off.
Yes.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, so moving on. Now, this is the end of the fiscal year coming up in June. And the board has to have election of officers, and I am not requesting re-election to be chair. I think it's time, after 11 years, that somebody else do a job.
Precedent for 11 years.
11 years I've been chair. I had to call the clerk's office today to find that out because I couldn't remember myself. And you know what?
It flew, right?
Somebody else can do the job. And it's time. I've
Yeah.
seen, my goal was to see the senior center exist.
And it's,
And
it
it's-
did.
yeah.
And you got to cut the ribbon, and that's the way it should have been.
Yes, but I didn't expect that, but anyway,
It's-
so.
But that was like Joe Quantrill, with the fire station.
Oh, yeah, right, all those years,
All those years as chair of PMBC.
yeah.
Well, I was only involved for 11. I mean, just think about it. And this all started 40 odd years ago when you go really back into history.
11 years, most people don't stay in an office that long.
Well, and you know what? It's time. It truly is time for new blood. And for new, and you know what? You can move on and new ideas and whatever.
But you'll remain on the board.
I have 2 years remaining on the board, and my desire is to fulfill those 2 years as a member. As long as my health stands up for that, and I can do whatever I can do. If that's okay with everybody. But, so,
We're not gonna let you go that easy.
Yeah, right, see?
I have mixed emotions about it. I really do,
I'm
because
sure
I've
you
been living
do.
it for so long. But anyway.
11 years, you've earned some emotion that time.
I was shocked.
That's
Andrew
fine.
Samarco, he just helped me, just prior to coming down here. I thought, I don't even know how long I've been on the board. I knew it was somewhere in between 2000 and maybe 13 and 14 or whatever. I retired in 2011, and I know I didn't get appointed the first time I applied. I remember that. So it had to be 2012 or 13 before I became a board member. So anyway, long story short, Andrew helped me. He went right into the annual reports and he figured it out for me. He's a good guy. So, all right. So onward, I will open the floor. You need to elect a chair, a vice chair, and a secretary. So, I will throw that out to the board members. And because, the new fiscal year starts in July and the new board members should take office in July. That's what our rules and regs say too. So that's why we're doing this today, just so you understand that. So, anyone with any?
I nominate Anita Harding for chair.
I'll second that.
Oh, we got a little
Be here, come on now.
I'll take mine back.
I knew you would.
We have
But I will get you.
We have a motion on the floor to have, for Anita Harding to be elected chair of the COA board. Any other nominations?
The thing is, newbies, John and I very much appreciate being on this board. This is very important to us. But we're kind of the newbies on.
Well, you know what? I think the board appreciates having you.
Thank you.
So, I will speak for them.
That's true. So
But
much.
I do.
Yeah.
You've been great members.
Thank you. We want to do as much as we
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Do we have any further discussion about the chair's position?
Will she accept?
I don't know.
Yes,
Let's
I
see.
will accept.
She will accept. Thank you very much for asking that question. I was just gonna make, I was gonna make the assumption she would. I was just gonna do that.
You were gonna give her a chance.
That's right. All right.
I did say no once this month.
You did.
I did.
You did.
And I sure did. I scared myself when I did it.
Isn't it liberating?
And I went home and I said, David, I said no. And he looked at me and he asked me if I was sick.
Well, we're glad you said no to whatever, because I think the board is gonna be very grateful that you are willing to become the chair. You're
Well,
certainly qualified, in my opinion, anyway. And you
Thank
certainly
you.
know a lot about town government and, you just, yeah.
Thank you.
So, all right. No further, is there any further discussion about the chair's position? If not, I will take a vote. And somebody nominated, they did nominate her, correctly? They had a nomination, right?
Sue did.
Sue did, yeah. And it was seconded? Was it seconded?
Yes.
Right, Joe.
Yes.
John did.
And then Joe stepped down.
Yeah, because Joe's not sure.
All right,
You're
all
right.
those in favor?
You wait. There are 2 more positions open. You just wait and see what happens.
Mary, did you want to say something? No? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I think that's a unanimous vote. Any abstentions? And Anyone saying no?
I abstained because I don't know if I can vote for myself.
Okay.
Yes, you
You can?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's
Then I don't
unan-
abstain.
So it's a unanimous
I'm
vote.
voting for myself.
All right, wonderful. Congratulations.
Yes. I hope I'm not doing something I shouldn't be doing.
I doubt that very much. You're pretty knowledgeable about everything with town government, I think. Okay, so that brings us to the vice chair position.
Well, I'm
Where
gonna-
do we stand with
I'm
that?
gonna vote Sue Melander since she nominated me. I'm gonna nominate her.
How did I almost guess that? All right,
I'll second that.
thank you, Joe. Okay, we've got a motion.
You don't wanna take that back?
No.
Of course, you realize what's gonna happen if she's the vice chair.
We need a new secretary.
That's right, I'm just letting you all know.
to say, I'm not doing double duty.
No. Okay, any further discussion? All right, let's have a vote on Sue Melander being elected as the vice chair of the COA board. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposing? And any abstentions? Just to be sure, it's unanimous. Thank you and wonderful. Welcome,
Congratulations.
Sue. You're a great team. The two of them working together, they work together so well with, yes, a lot, so.
Watch out, here we go.
That's so true.
All the way back to Girl Scouts.
Oh, my.
We were co-leaders in Girl Scouts
Forever, so look out.
Don't ask our daughters if that works out.
No, don't.
But look at all, the highlights program that they've done, for how many years now have you
I
done
think
that?
it's 5 years.
5 years, yeah,
since we
that's
started.
such a
But
wonderful.
we've been, unfortunately, we have not followed through as best as we should. We've been kind of not slacking off, but looking to see what was important and not
Picking and choosing.
picking and choosing.
Well, you have to do that sometimes.
And we may just ask other people on the board to take over that role if we are doing this. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you gotta sit
Talk
down
to
and,
everybody.
handle, figure out what you wanna do and take your time doing that, feel your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do highlights. Highlights.
Okay. All right, you got the finger over there.
Well, I have to get, I've gotta
I
be,
could, maybe.
gotta get him somehow. I don't know yet, but.
I think you just said maybe to highlight.
I didn't say that.
This is a recorded meeting.
Okay. All right, so now we need a secretary, folks.
I'll nominate Joe Knox for second.
I will decline. I'm vice chair of the, vice chair of the charter committee.
Oh, that's a good job.
In the business association, the Rotary, I got enough to do.
Oh, I guess you do.
I'll nominate Jean Sill.
Oh.
Look at her. Only because she was chairman on the personnel board, secretary when I was chairman, and she did a fantastic job with minutes, and that's why I think she would be good for this board.
As long as Sue tells me how to, show me
Sure.
how
Oh,
you do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, I thought, I would not know, for example, how to
Right.
copy and paste this.
Right.
But you can learn that.
Composition.
That's the easiest part.
Oh, really?
The only thing, I have like no computer at home, so I have an iPad. Do you think it could be done on an iPad?
I've done it on an iPad too.
You can do it on
That's,
that. I've done some of mine. You
okay.
can do it. I second Jean's.
I
All
think
right.
that's me.
Yeah, but I just got one too.
They know you're the
Oh,
chair
oh,
already.
somebody's saying, both of the husbands are saying, what are you doing?
This one actually wasn't my husband's phone number,
Oh.
so I don't know who it was. I ignored it.
All right, we have a motion on the floor for Jean Sill to be elected as secretary for the year.
Very good.
Is there any other discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I think it's unanimous. Welcome, Jean. All right, you got a good team.
I have a question. Do we use AI for minutes at all?
AI?
No, I haven't.
Right. The only reason I ask is on the charter committee, it comes in and it's precise and everything else, and the secretary goes through it and adds to it, and
Right.
it saves an awful lot of time. I don't know how it works. I just know
I wouldn't know.
I heard
anything
you
about
guys
it.
talking about that,
Yeah.
how good it is.
it's fantastic.
I
That's
have,
probably what Lucy used to do, Lorelei, I bet that's what she used was AI.
think she did. No, because that wasn't really a big thing back then, when
No.
Lorelei was here.
Liz has something to say.
I have the transcript feature on what's this, Zoom, and it's typing all the words we're saying. I mean, I could just copy and paste this to you after the meeting, and you delete all the miscellaneous chatter and leave the important stuff.
That would be a great help, I would think, having
Yeah,
done
that
Yeah,
would be,
it's-
that would be.
That way
It's
you
typing
wouldn't-
everything we're saying.
You wouldn't have to take notes during the meeting then.
No.
So you could take that transcript and put it into AI and it would develop it.
Oh, you could do that too. Yeah. Or copy and paste it and.
Gee, maybe you're gonna wanna be secretary.
No,
To me, that sounds like more work than that, right, exactly.
But it sounds, that has potential, I
But
think,
it-
Gina,
yeah.
with making it much easier. Yeah. So, congratulations, everybody. You're gonna
Yes.
have a great, it's gonna be a good team.
And Marge, thank you.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Yes.
I'm not having you.
Yes.
It's a little emotional.
And don't think you can go anywhere.
Oh, I'm not planning on going
Good.
anywhere. I would like to stick around for a couple more years.
Thank you.
All right.
Please.
Okay. Now, we have a couple of things before we get to the board member update.
Yep.
One very important one is, historically, the COA board has not met in July. And I do not know the wishes of the board, whether you want to take a month off, July or August. One time, I think the board decided August was a better month than July. But it's up to you people. So we just need to decide, because we need to know the date of the next meeting. If you're going to take July off, there won't be a meeting in July. So.
I'll speak for John and I. It doesn't matter.
When do you think you'll have policies together that are gonna need to be reviewed?
That was gonna be my question.
Yeah.
So if we say no July meeting now, and then as something comes up and I need COA board on something, can we call a meeting?
Yeah,
I
You
think
can
that's
call a board
important.
meeting.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
This new chair can do that.
Yeah, I think if we're not meeting in July, but you have a policy that has to be reviewed, then we put together a meeting and everybody will know it's an important reason to come. Not just for minutes, it's to do
Right,
something.
it's because something came up, but
Right.
if I'm not mistaken, our rules and regs say that we don't meet in July. And my manual is not up to date. Well, it was pretty much up to date. But I didn't look it up, but I just know from memory that and I want to find the right.
Well, we switched it one year.
Yeah.
I think it was last year, wasn't it?
Did we went to August?
Yeah, I think.
Regular
Because-
meetings.
Liz, when would you prefer us? When would it be most
Yes,
helpful for
yes.
you for us to not meeting?
That's why I said we were, whatever.
And since none of us have a problem, if one month is better than another, I would sooner us do the meeting that's gonna be to the most benefit to you.
True.
I would say probably no meeting in July, because I'm going to be very busy wrapping up end of fiscal year stuff and starting new fiscal year things. So just administratively, that's a super busy month for us.
Okay.
I could also send out the policies for you to have over a month to review and write feedback and bring them
Mm-hmm.
for August.
I think we can, you can always call it. But, and I think, I just noticed, I think we didn't update, we haven't updated our rules and regs since '23. So that's gonna be something that the board should take a look at in the new year.
Gina and I did it the
I think we
last
just
time.
did.
Did we? And I didn't get the copy in
We
my.
just did it.
And our manual?
Yes, you did it.
Well, then I didn't get the copy in my own manual, that's pretty bad.
Because we updated everything.
All right, then I'm, see, I'm No? Thank you, Pete. Chair. I didn't get a copy into my own manual. I hope all of you have a copy.
Yeah, because I know we reviewed it and accepted it.
Okay, thank
You
you.
guys put a lot of work into that, the two of you.
Good thing I'm stepping down, see? Anyway,
And I'd gladly do it again if
It may need.
well, it's good to, you know,
I mean, I'd be happy to do it
review them again, yeah. They need to have attention periodically, so. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah.
Board member updates was down.
We have to do this.
Oh, thank you, that's the other thing, thank you. When we had our agenda planning meeting, actually, I have to have a copy of this myself. Well, actually, this all started back at the time, about a week or two before the opening. It occurred to me a little late that Barbara Cam is our board emeritus member who is still alive.
Bless
And
her.
she's, bless her heart is correct.
bless
She's,
her.
I think, 95 at
God love her.
at the Life Care Center in Littleton. Her family she didn't want to come to the opening, which was probably wise because it was a very overwhelming day.
Oh,
and
and it was
would've-
hot.
Oh, it would've
It was
been
hot
horrible.
and
She would have
everything.
had
Yeah.
they wouldn't have had to take her home.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
wouldn't
way
have been
too
good.
much.
But a group of people last week set it up with her niece. And her niece took training. Her niece lives an hour and a half away, or something like that, in New Hampshire. And she comes once a week to see Barbara at Life Care. And she stays overnight in Barbara's house and then goes back the next day to her home.
Well, that
But she took lessons on how to transfer Barbara in and out of her car and all of that so that she could bring Barbara down here to tour the building last
Oh, I
week.
would love to know how to do
Well,
And she didn't look her age, let's say.
No, she
She did
doesn't,
not look
no.
95 years old.
she's quite
She
with
might
it.
look 75 or 80, but she does not look 95.
No.
And totally with it.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah.
tired. She gets tired, but my God, the work she did when she was here
That's
and
amazing.
volunteering after, and then even sitting in a wheelchair, she still has it all together. I'm
And she
telling
still
you.
has a sense of humor.
And funny. I mean, we didn't get to spend a lot of time with her, but it was a nice
What
meeting.
did you think of the center?
She loved it.
Loved it.
They
She
brought
thought
her.
she thought it was too big. Yeah, it's just too hard to get around. It's too big.
that.
Yeah.
Poor Barbara.
Yeah.
Barbara was, everybody local, like Mary doesn't know, but Barbara Cam worked in our preschool program. The only thing
Yes.
the town of Littleton had called Evergreen
She
Acres.
had my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had my kids.
She worked with Ann Lee Ellis at
Yeah.
Evergreen Acres for
Yeah.
years.
And-
did.
Yeah, and she did that. So you have here what Anita and I decided when we were meeting with Liz, we talked about this, and we decided we would collaborate on a letter. Because this came up when she was here. And Anita and I thought and spoke separately after we had, sat with her, that we would like to get a citation from, ICREO's office or wherever we get them from, for Barbara. And have the recognition at the nursing home so she didn't have to go out, because we did that with Hazel Plummer years ago.
We did.
Yes. And we can do that again.
Right.
So I put together some of the history, and you have it in front of you. And we wanted to know if the board would like us to do that.
My gosh,
To
yes.
request the recognition. So
Absolutely.
I looked back and found out some of the history I had. I'd never get rid of anything on my computer. I had a heck of a time opening up the document because it was so old. But I finally got one of them open so I could get some of the service out. And this was when she was appointed emeritus. I managed to get that memo out and opened it up, so I got that information. So you have that, right? And that's why this is in your packet, so that you can vote on this and whether or not you want to authorize the board, Anita, and Liz. I think it would have to go through Elder and Human Services.
Yeah, I'd be happy to get this onto a letterhead and send it to.
You can use
their
this and
offices.
adapt it in
Yeah.
any way you need to, and get the correct address and the correct wording for the citation we're asking
Right.
for.
Yeah.
So that's why it's in your packet, just to
Okay.
help you, convince you.
I was concerned that she had passed when I saw it.
Oh, no. But that's the point. We need to do this while she's still with it.
Yeah, but when I saw her, I thought,
No.
yeah.
She was down here, her niece brought her just last,
Yeah, and she
what's
was
it-
eating her favorite pizza.
we were meeting to do our agenda, and that's when we left that to go down, and they had ordered some pizza because they did not make a reservation for lunch, the group that brought her.
Okay.
So, and her niece was there, and it was very nice.
Oh, sweet.
And Barbara's a sweetheart.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
she is,
Yeah.
always has been.
Yeah. So, okay, do we all agree? Can I take a vote on that? Would your board agree to?
I make a motion
Make a
that
motion,
we ask for a
I'll second
citation.
it.
and we have a motion made?
And seconded.
And seconded by Marilyn.
No, Marilyn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Barbara's a sweetheart.
Nobody abstained, did they? We have a unanimous vote. Great, thank you. And do you mind doing that, Liz?
No, not at all.
And
Okay.
then when we get that back, we can set up a time for a couple of us to go with.
We'll set up a date.
We
Yeah.
go up.
And board members can come,
Yeah.
And they're very good up there. Usually if you contact them, they'll
Oh.
make arrangements and maybe contact her niece and her son. He might want to
We
come.
should make an event of it.
Well, that's what we did with Hazel Plummer, I remember, but I was with her. Hazel wasn't with her when we did that
Right,
for her,
yeah.
so.
I worked with Jamie Elbridge when Barbara Elias turned 100.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they did the certificate.
Yeah.
We did,
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
You're right, they are nice certificates,
Yeah.
so, and I think she'd appreciate it,
Yeah.
and she deserves it.
And her family would too.
Yes. Okay, so that, we'll move forward with that. It will take a while to get it.
Yeah, I have the goosebumps even talking about it,
Okay,
just
good.
because she so deserves it.
She does deserve it, so, thank you. Okay, did I do everything? No, I didn't. So that was not on our, agenda because it came up kind of, well, anyway.
That's okay.
Marge, did we decide no meeting in July?
Yes, oh, we didn't vote on that, though, I don't believe. Thank you.
Oops.
So,
I make a motion not to meet in July.
I second.
unless Liz indicates there's any, I think I would feel comfortable as long as
This
Liz.
is we call a special meeting.
Right.
Yes, she'd get in touch with Anita, and then Anita would get the word out to the board. So, all right, any discussion about that? Thank you, Gene. I overlooked that. So, no further discussion, okay? Can we have a vote on,
I move that we not meet in July.
okay. And it's been seconded, correct?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? And I don't think there were any abstentions, so it's a unanimous vote.
So put on your calendar, the next meeting
Will be.
the second Monday in August.
Which is, let me see, I've got an appointment book here. August 2nd. Whoops, hold on. Should I get the right page? August 2nd would be, that's a Saturday.
The
August
9th.
2nd is the, yeah,
The
Saturday.
The ninth?
The 9th is the second Monday?
Okay.
No, must be the 11th.
Oh,
Is it the 11th?
that's late.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna go back a little. Oh, wait, this is much easier. I thought I had thrown this in here. August,
Oh, that's the 24th.
It's August
Oh.
11th,
sorry. It's over here.
August 11th.
And
It is the 11th. Okay. It is the 11th, okay. So the next board meeting is gonna be August 11th.
Looks like they're getting ready for tonight.
Yeah, I just put up the photo if you want to
That's
see.
what I saw.
See?
The
Oh,
25.
wow. Look at those people.
Do you
That's-
have enough closet space to store all that
Yes.
stuff?
We do, yeah, this is what the setup looks right now for the 25 at the head table.
Wow.
So
Wow.
they're leaving
And that's the multipurpose room,
Yes,
all,
I'm
no,
sure.
no barriers, right?
What
The whole
is-
multipurpose room?
It's the FinCom,
What is the
planning
purpose?
board, The school department.
Um,
Shaker Lane is what I understand.
Shaker Lane Architect is presenting.
Okay.
So behind this head table, the big screen is down for the presentation. That's why all the shades are pulled, so you can see the
Mhm.
presentation better. Our first big meeting.
Wow.
That was fun to see, though.
Okay. Whoops, Okay, so, where do we stand here? Do we have any other business coming?
Board member updates, we didn't do
Okay.
that.
She's not gonna let me get away with that. So I was trying to bypass it.
And I have a question for you, when you get to your update.
Well, you can ask it beforehand, or do you want me to give the update first?
On the Hager Homestead,
On Hager.
over there on tap.
No, you mean Hager Homestead or
No,
the property
The
on
property
Tahapa?
on tap.
Yes.
You said it was going for its approval, or it had all its approvals?
It does, I couldn't answer that. I don't think it has any approvals yet.
Any, okay,
Because that's now all in the hands of Habitat for Humanity.
okay.
So they're, we didn't get an update on that this month.
Will anything happen to that walkway once that's built?
No, the lot that Habitat for Humanity is developing is
Off it,
yeah.
Okay.
It's a whole separate lot from the conservation lands.
okay.
It was portioned out separately.
Got it.
And Affordable Housing Trust paid to take that piece.
Okay, that's the only question.
Okay. Affordable Housing Trust, we've been meeting twice a month now. And-
Wow. Gee.
And, there was a short discussion about, reapplying for the, grant that's giving the small repair.
Oh, yeah.
Because that has been an overwhelmingly popular grant, as Liz is nodding her head yes.
It's amazing, though, the people that have been helped by that.
And
It's amazing.
and all of the projects that we've approved so far have all been definitely worthy and needy and fit the bill. I mean, it's obviously something was needed in the town. So we had a short discussion about it, and Maren was looking into when we could reapply and all of that, because it was originally going to service, 16 people? And I think we're on to number 10 now, something like that, maybe even more. Yeah, so and we had a year and a half to use it, and we only started using it in February. Yeah, so, yeah, it's moved very quickly. There's a lot of people that have been able to use it.
I think once the word got out.
Well, yes, right, I think, and I'm sure, well, when we were first discussing it, when we were first discussing it, EHS immediately said they had people in mind. I mean, you knew what kinds of things people needed that were small
Our
projects.
outreach people, they're so good, they know people, they know their clients.
Right, exactly.
And
Exactly.
others that aren't their clients, they still know.
Yeah, and the Juliet Club last week was talking about that, and a couple of people that are using it were saying how great it is, but they've also given the names of other people that
Yeah.
they see that this would work for, so I think that's really good.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I'm
what-
sure.
Hopefully they can get more money and keep it going.
So hopefully we can get either that same grant again or a grant or something to do it. So it's in the discussion stages anyway. LRAP has also sort of popped back up again. For a while that's the rental assistance program. And for a while that seemed to be not many people applying, and now that's popped back up, and we last month had a couple of new applicants, so that's still out there and still being used, and that's funded by CPC. So, and they have been giving us the money for that. That has not been a problem at all.
And then there's the Turkey Farmhouse property that I mention every month. We had a site walk through on last week someday, with our consultant from Mass Housing Partnership. And in order to do anything, in order to even be able to write an RFP for that property to develop any piece of it into affordable housing, there is survey work that needs to be done, there is septic work that needs to be done, but you need all the designs and you need to find out how much you can do it, how many bedrooms, etc. And then there's also conservation land that runs behind it, so there's demarcation of that has to be surveyed. And so we have signed a contract, or this week we were signing a contract with Mass Housing Partnership to fund, it's really a loan, to fund all of that kind of work being done. So we don't have to go out and look for all those people because that would take time. And they have, Mass Housing Partnership has working arrangements with engineering companies that do all these kinds of things. So hopefully that will get done early. She was optimistic and said like 6 weeks. Like, have you tried to get anything done in 6 weeks?
That's Anna saying that?
No, that was the Laura from,
Okay.
yeah.
gonna say.
No, we all just sort of rolled our eyes, you know, okay. So that's where that is to see what we can do there. There's all kinds of talk about what could be done, and so when we do get around to writing an RFP, it will be, have a lot of options to it, so a developer can sort of pick and choose. And of course, the developers have to go and look at it too and decide what they can do.
That certainly takes a lot of your time. That,
Yeah, well, because now it's 2 meetings a month,
Yeah.
but
Are you still writing in the newspaper for that?
no. I wrote, and then she took the job away from me. That doesn't sound right. She tried to dole it out to other people, and we were only going to put something in the newsletter every 2 months, and she assigned other months to other people. So I haven't had an assignment yet, and she hasn't mentioned it either. And there's been nothing in the newsletter.
oh, gee. That's pretty bad.
So yeah, I'll bring that up next month. But not to volunteer myself for writing. Unless I can figure out AI to do it for me.
Anything else, Sue?
No, that's it.
That's it.
That's
it.
That's it.
That's a very demanding, one of the more demanding jobs.
Well, it's up and going all the
Yeah,
time.
and it's
Yeah.
a very active,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that was the thing, when we were first doing it, there wasn't that many things
No.
going on, but now with the
With a new
Durkee.
group.
With the Durkee property and then there was the whole Tahattan.
That goes way back to Cindy Napoli days when that thing
Mhm.
first started.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. So. Okay, Marilyn, do you have any
No,
information
it's
from
more
Minuteman?
finance, and that's just about all they talk about. And part of it goes, because I'm not a bean counter, or anything. They get down to, no, nothing but finance. If there's
Okay.
anything other than finance, I'd be shouting with joy.
Well, Liz would hear too, I think, from Minuteman if there was something
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
of need or whatever.
Sure.
Actually, a good thing from Minuteman are congregate meals, so the Meals on Wheels that we serve on site
Yeah.
has increased so much that Gail has started to order in bulk instead of
Oh,
just
Finally.
individual. Yeah.
Wow.
Because then it tastes better.
It does taste better. I had it today, it was great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what did you say? You said last week, I forget what day you said. it went from 2 or 3 to like 8 or 9 people.
So we're up to over 12.
Wow.
They have
Over
to have-
12.
I
10 to
believe they
12.
have to have 10, isn't it? In
10 or
order-
12, yeah.
10 to have,
See now, even that program has been affected by this whole.
Yeah, so there used to be 2 guys that would eat in there at lunch every day, and sometimes Andy, but very rarely did you see anybody else in there.
yeah,
Well, who
Mondays you
remembers the
usually see
days when
one
Barbara
of
Can
them.
used to, on Fridays, make the lunch?
Really?
Oh,
And
every
she
Friday.
did the salads and everything.
Yeah, salads, and sometimes
Homemade
she made her
salads.
homemade bread pudding. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was after
And it
she
used to
stepped
be-
down from the board.
But it used to be her and Ann.
Ann Sweat.
And
Ann
She
Sweat.
and Ann did,
Yeah.
well, Ann and she were like this.
And then the other thing I was gonna ask you, Liz, does Gail have any plans for, like she was, when I was working here, she would do a Thursday lunch, she would cook herself.
Right.
And we would have soup and sandwiches, and the staff could go over for $3, get their lunch.
Yeah, we've got ideas in the works.
That was
That'll
a
be
great
really
program,
cool.
because
Yeah.
people, staff, I mean. I think
The
people-
staff, we loved it.
Yes,
It was right downstairs
it was
then.
always soup and a
But
sandwich
Soup and a sandwich, yeah. And and a dessert and a fruit, she did it all,
for $3.
for
Yeah.
$3.
Yeah, and you had to sign up,
Yeah.
so they knew how many to count on, but I used to go from exercise class a lot, most people did, from Stretch and Flex, right in there.
And her homemade soups were so good.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Homemade soup?
Yum.
Next winter, it'd be a good thing for the fall to start, you know? But yes, I've often wondered why that.
Yeah, it lasted, it was prior to the pandemic, and when
Yes.
the pandemic ended.
Everything ended.
Everything.
And right,
No,
when
it
some of
never-
it never came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't, and then people didn't go back there.
Well, that's true too. But now we've got people coming out the eaves.
Sure are.
It's all good.
Mhm.
So we hope
Okay.
that you'll be asking for another staff member by September.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, please.
yeah. I had an impromptu conversation with a member of the finance committee this morning.
Good.
I'm on it.
Well, they had said they
did.
they were ready to
Yes.
go if you needed it.
Yeah.
And
We heard them
They would-
clearly say that.
They
Funding
did.
from the
At-
reserves.
at
and-
several meetings, they
Yeah.
brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's so hard, as Jean has said, you know.
And that would
every
be
day.
a body, not extending a body that there's longer.
Correct, a full-time position, new full-time position.
You looking at another outreach person or an admin person?
Like a full-time office manager, building manager, coordinator of all things.
Good.
That would be, so you don't have to be the
So you're not the
manager of the building.
You're the
as
manager of
Per
the
se,
building.
you'd be the supervising the manager of the
Yeah.
building, but yeah,
Someone who manages the logistics of the building.
that would make sense,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
Very good.
Yeah.
Needed.
Well needed.
Okay. Do we have any other business that needs to come before the board? I think we've accomplished quite a bit today. Yeah. And congratulations, all of you.
Yes, for certain. Thank you.
Yes. I'll be in touch with you
Yes.
about a couple of things, yeah,
Good.
that I want to get done before the end of the month,
Yes.
when I'm not a chairperson anymore. I want to get some obligations of mine that I have neglected.
Well, you may not, because
Why?
Liz made a very good recommendation at our agenda meeting, and I've been thinking about it, and I thought, well, geez,
What was that?
I think you should continue writing the broadcaster report every month.
Oh, gee, I was just thinking, it's due today, and I haven't gotten
I
it
did
yet.
mine, I sent mine in.
Well, I was sitting here thinking when Sue was talking, oh, I think I have to go do that article with Liz. And I think I'm going to talk about the new officers of the COE board.
Oh, that's.
Perfect timing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Perfect topic.
Yeah.
Mine was short and sweet. No craft class in June, July, and August. It was real fast.
One sentence.
It's summertime, enjoy yourself.
September
Yes.
one will be wonderful, right?
Say that again?
September one will be wonderful.
Oh, yeah, I've got plans.
Because you've got 2 months to plan.
No, I've already got plans, I just gotta get you on board
There's so many chords around here.
to agree.
There's so many chords.
Yeah, it is.
You agree with whatever, sure you do.
Extra. Scrap paper. Anybody want some scrap paper? No?
I move that we The meeting adjourned?
Wait a minute, Liz had something to say.
Yes.
I was gonna suggest.
Okay, well, that's good. No, because it's 4:15. Good timing. Do I have a second
I move
to
that
adjourn?
we adjourn, yes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn the meeting, and there will be no meeting, reminder, in July unless it is called as a special meeting. All right? And have a great
All
month off.
those in favor?
All those in favor? I
Aye.
haven't gotten to that yet, but I was gonna do it. All those in favor, everybody said? Aye. Anybody opposed?
Doesn't want to stick around.
Yeah, you want to stick around.
As soon as he shuts it off, I have something I want to ask.
Well, we have to
We all done? Let me
shut
adjourn.
off, we're right, the meeting is adjourned.